spot is my most favorite spot in the whole southern road trip. Hi guys, hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Dabashwan here. So in this video I'm gonna talk about the second half of my southern road trip, and if you guys haven't watched the first part, which is about the first half of my southern road trip, then do watch it and then come to this video. So guys, then let's get into this video. On day 5, we reached Pathanamthitta. We stayed at a place called Tharangam Residency. The rooms were okayish, had a good underground parking. The rent was 865 rupees, kind of a bit costly for a non-AC room. I'll give it a rating of 6 out of 10. We then checked out and started from the hotel at 10 pm. Yes, we had a good nap as the ride distance for the day was much less. The plan for the day was to reach the second prime destination of the southern road trip, which was Vagamon. It's a 90-kilometer ride to Vagamon via Erumeli. Before going there, I wanted to check the brakes of my Achilles, and my friend wanted to visit the Yamaha service center. So I then went to the nearest RE service center and my friend went to the Yamaha service center. But the RE service center was closed as it was Ramzan, and the Yamaha service center was open. So I then went to the Yamaha service center. That was when I felt on the way, even the streets in Kerala is more beautiful. So I called my friend and he told me that they are working on the bike and it would take some time. So I just then wandered around the streets of Pathanamthitta and reached the Yamaha service center at 10:30. We then started from there at 11 am, and you guys know the drill, just like how we rode from Ponmudi. Our first stop was Erumeli, and we reached there at 1 pm. I didn't take much ride videos on the way, and the ones that I took were also much shaky. And then it started raining just 7 kilometers from Vagamon. I thought I could manage, but I couldn't. So I just found a small shelter on the road and I stopped there for some time. The time was 2:15, and when I called my friend, he told that he took a shortcut and had already reached the hotel. We were to stop at the Karikadu viewpoint, which was 4.5 kilometers from the place I stopped. And once the rain started to reduce, I then rode to this viewpoint. Man, the view was so amazing. My friend had called me and asked me to come out to the hotel, but I stopped there to enjoy the views. And then I posted some videos on Instagram. On seeing them, my friend, he came back to the viewpoint, and there was this half-constructed building. Climbing that showed me a magnificent view. We then started from there at 3:30, and it was again just like Ponmudi. As I was riding slow, the videos turned out to be much less shakier. And then we reached the hotel at 4 pm. It's not a hotel, it's like a villa. Man, that was the best place I've ever stayed in. We then settled in for the day and we had a cook there itself for the villa. So we didn't have the need to head out. Also, we didn't have our breakfast that day and had our lunch at 4:30. We had some super good parota and chapati there. The food was also quite awesome. And then we were just enjoying the view from our room and called our parents and friends and showed them the view. We also finished our dinner there and the total Odo till then was 1650 kilometers. We woke up at 7:30 and the plan for day 7 was to explore a few places in Vagamon. But before that, the view from our room without the mist. This is the villa we stayed in and here is the view, guys. I chose this place especially for this amazing view. The breakfast was included with the stay and they had served some puttu with the kadal curry, bread, butter and jam for the day. We then washed our clothes. Yes, we washed our clothes. I think this is the only thing our moms would be happy of. So after washing the clothes, we then set out to explore Vagamon. We started at 12. Our first place to visit was the Vagamon Meadows. But on the way, we found this spot near Kolala Meadow. I think I'm pronouncing it right. The view was superb there too. I think anywhere you go in Kerala, the views will be much beautiful. We just parked our bikes there and clicked some pictures for Instagram. You can see my friend getting out from the slope and I didn't want to take any risk. So I parked the bike here itself. And then we went to the Vagamon Meadows. I didn't capture any videos there. We just spent some time there and then we went to Tangalpara. It was a small trek. I didn't reach the end. It was so tiring to trek with the riding boots on. So I stopped halfway. In the end there's a mosque and for that you need to climb another rock. As the views were good there itself, I stopped there and here is the view, guys. And after that, we went to the Eco Point, which was just near Tangalpara. You guys see this logo up here? It was captured right there. You can check the original pic on my Instagram page. This spot is my most favorite spot in the whole southern road trip. We clicked a lot of pictures there. We then started from there at 3:30 and we went to the Vagamon Lake, which was on the way to the hotel. The boating cost 100 rupees each, I think, and the lake was surrounded by tea gardens, so it's definitely worth it. After that, we reached our room at 5 p.m., had our lunch. We had the same parota, chapati and gravies, and then again the same story. Enjoyed the views, had dinner and crashed for the day. We woke up at 8 a.m., had breakfast. We had some idli with the kadala curry and the same bread, butter and jam for the day. We then checked out at 10:30. Wait, before that, about the rooms. I kind of recorded the whole villa and I think it needs a separate video to tell you guys about the place, but I'll make it short here. The place is called Honeycomb. The rent was 1850 per day. The rooms were super clean. The parking is out in the open. Good foods and good service. And for food, the total cost was 2,400 for the two of us. We had some heavy food during our stay there. And my rating for this place is 10 out of 10. I could even give this place a 20 out of 10. It was that good. And guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon. I'll be uploading the videos soon. Our plan for the day was to reach Madurai, but before that I wanted to see the Idukki Dam, and before that I needed to visit the nearest RE service center to check the brakes, and I was told by the service center guys at Chennai to change the clutch cable after crossing 1500 kilometers. I got it tagged at Chennai itself, just needed to fix that. I just completely love this place, guys. Vagamon is my most favorite hill station. Even now, we'll definitely ride there again and make a perfect vlog of it. So moving on, the next stop was the RE service center at Kattapana, which was about 40 kilometers from Vagamon. There is this thing with the RE service centers. Whenever you visit them and ask them to check for any problem, just check for any problem. They will just simply ask us to change the whole part. This is what just happened to me back there. I just gave them the bike, and after 2 minutes they came back and told that the rear MC kit has to be changed. So give the bike for service. We'll let you know once it's done. I then told them that I'm on a ride and I couldn't spend that much time, and asked them to make a temporary solution. So then they just cleaned the MC kit and told that it will be okay for now. But the thing is, I still haven't changed that MC kit and I had no problem with it. I just had the cleaning and clutch cable connection done there. They charged 273 rupees, and I forgot to tell you guys in my previous video, at Nagarkoil I was charged 143 rupees. I gave the bike at 12:30 and got the bike back at 1:15. After getting the bike, we then rode to the Idukki Dam, which was 25 kilometers ride from Kattapana. But we didn't get to see a view there, so we then went to the Cheruthoni Dam, which was 8 kilometers from there. We then started from there at 2:45 and we needed to reach Madurai, which was a 180 kilometer ride. We then rode back to Kattapana and then stopped at Kumli to buy some sweets and chocolates to take home. After Vagamon, I couldn't record much ride videos as the charger on the mobile mount stopped working. I have included the Kumli uphill and downhill on my Urumbikara series, which I captured on my action cam. I'll put the link here, you can watch it. We skipped lunch for the day and stopped at Usulambatti, which is my native place. The parotas there will be too good, so we bought some parcels there and reached my home in Madurai at 9 p.m. The total Vodo for the day was 270 kilometers. I initially didn't have any plans for the day and it was a rest day for me, and I had some work at Madurai. Also, my friend had left for Chennai as he had some work there. I woke up at 6 a.m. and then I thought I could complete my work before 11 or something. So then it just struck me, as I wouldn't have anything to do for the day, why don't I use this time to explore a few places there. So I asked my friend if he is free for the day. Then I planned to visit Sirumalai, and my friend had told me that he would join too. So Sirumalai became the last destination and sudden destination of my southern road trip. As I told, I completed my work there before 11 a.m. and we started from my house at 12:30 p.m. It was me, my friend and another friend. My friend was riding his FZS V2 with the other friend as pillion. We reached the Sirumalai viewpoint at 2 p.m. This was my first time to Sirumalai, and it was the first time for my friend also. So we didn't know what are all the places to visit there. We just took the road and went in. I rode to Sirumalai again in last January and made a separate vlog series as well. If you haven't watched them, do watch them for some off-road content. As I told in one of those videos, we took the Tenmalai route back then. We just rode there thinking there would be some viewpoint or something. But what we got to experience was way more than that. That was my first extreme off-road experience on my Achilles. The Tenmalai route was completely off-road back then, but now they have laid some roads.
Best off-road.
Best off-road.
Actually, it was completely off-road from this place onwards. It was somewhere at this place my mobile's display got shattered. My mobile just flew away from the mobile mount and fell on a rock. But somehow the mobile was working and it kind of still is. So we just went there, but we couldn't even reach the Tenmalai village. We stopped halfway and had to return back as it started raining. We then stopped at a spot on the way. This was at 4:30 p.m. Actually, I think it rains in Sirumalai always at 4 p.m. Even during the Sirumalai ride I did last January, it started raining exactly at this time. We then reached back to the viewpoint, started from there at 5 p.m. and then I reached my home at 7 p.m. So day 10. This was the last day of my southern road trip. It's just a solo ride to Chennai. Solo ride. It's what I thought it would be. I started from my home at 7 a.m. I was just driving much slower and taking my time as I was riding solo. I reached Trichy at 9:45 p.m. and had my breakfast at Hotel Sangeeta's on the highway. And then just when I was crossing Samayapuram, I saw a Thunderbird rider who rode past me and I kind of followed him and we stopped at a juice shop. His name is Samir. He's from Mumbai and was on his way from Kanyakumari that day. He has a YouTube channel as well. I'll put his channel link in the description. As we were riding on the same road, we then rode together. Yes, solo ride turned into a duo ride. We stopped at this Hanuman temple on the way near Perambalur. Actually, whenever I cross this highway, I visit this temple.
राइडर विलेज का नाम है तपस्विन, जिन्होंने अभी तमिलनाडु और केरला राइड किया है. So we meet at Samayapura and we came here. This temple is there. हमने थोड़ा रेस्ट भी किया यहाँ पे और अभी हम आगे चेन्नई के लिए निकल रहे हैं.
He rides a Marine Blue Thunderbird 350. Actually, he was covering the four corners of India solo, which were Kanyakumari in the south, Kibitu in Arunachal Pradesh in the east, Kardungla in the north, and Koteshwar in Gujarat in the west. He has made vlogs for his whole ride. You can check them out on his YouTube channel. We then started from the temple at 12:30 p.m. After that, the sun was scorching like anything. He told me let's take some rest somewhere. So we found this small temple on the highway near Tirumandurai and took shelter there. We stopped there at 1 p.m.
एरिया आने तक बहुत गर्मी होने लगी. 45 डिग्री ऑलमोस्ट टेम्परेचर बता रहा था. तो हमने यहाँ पे कुछ झाड़ थे, वहाँ पे रुकने का हमने फैसला किया.
Later, CD Deluxe rider joined us at the temple. He was from Tirupur and was riding from Kolli Hills. He told us that he went to Trichy for some work and was headed to Chennai. He then left the place at 3 p.m. and then we, after taking some good 2 hours of rest, we started from there at 3:30. It was a 250 kilometer ride to Chennai. So he asked me to push the speed to 100 kmph. We both then cruised at 100 kmph. We reached Dindivanam at 7 p.m. Had some snacks there. Yes, we skipped the lunch. We then reached the Porul Toll Plaza at 9 pm. We said our goodbyes and I reached my home at 9:45. Actually, he told me that he would ride till Nellore for the day, but later the next morning at 4 am, he messaged me on WhatsApp that he reached Guntur, which was a 430 kilometers ride from Chennai. Man, he is one great rider. He has done Kanyakumari to Guntur, which is a 1100 kilometer stretch in a single day with only the 2 hours of rest we had at the temple. Okay guys, so this is about my southern road trip. This was one great experience for me. The total Odo for the whole ride for me was 2650 kilometers. I'll be doing more circuits like this in the future. Actually, I planned one for this year, but it failed due to the lockdown. So guys, I'll end this video now, and you know the drill. If you guys like the video, like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.